Hi guys, it's ASBYT, and in my left hand I have the iPhone 11, and in my right hand I have the iPhone 11 Pro and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. This one starts from around £700 and these two are £1,000 plus. I've been using these three on and off for the last 48 hours, so if you are indeed looking to possibly buy a brand new iPhone 11, well, which one should you get? Hopefully this video will help.
Y'all see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down.
So the iPhone 11 Pro is a great phone with a great fat price tag to go along with it. This little puppy, on the other hand, while not dirt cheap, packs a lot of what's good about the Pro and Pro Max, but comes in at about 2/3 of the cost of its expensive sisters. Is there oceans between them? Oceans 11, iPhone 11? We are clutching at straws today. That was appalling. So you may have seen my unboxing and first review video of the iPhone 11 Pro, and in this video I'm going to be discussing the Pro and the standard iPhone 11 more so than the Max, just because I've only got two hands, and in all honesty the Pro and the Pro Max are pretty much identical other than the larger 6.5-inch display on the Max. But if you are interested in the Max model, I will be throwing in a few bits of information regarding this as well, so stay tuned for that. So the standard iPhone 11 sits in the same space as the iPhone XR from last year, Apple's budget option. And there's so much to love here. Even some of Apple's biggest critics will surely look at this device and say, well, for just a few less features, it's gotta be better value for money than spending $1,000, $1,100, $1,200 plus on a Pro and Pro Max. But now let's delve into exactly what the differences are so we can see whether that extra £300-400 is really worth it. So if you're interested in the unboxing experience, we have the new 18 watts fast charger inside the box with the iPhone 11 Pro, whereas with the standard 11 you only get the traditional Apple 5 watts charge. And yes, you can buy additional higher wattage chargers for the two devices, but for £700, should you really have to? That's for you to decide. And in layman's terms, what that basically means is with the standard iPhone 11, you pretty much need to charge your phone overnight, whereas with the Pro and Pro Max, you can just slip it on charge for half an hour in the mornings and you'll get a decent day's worth of juice. So for those millennials out there that are always on the go, it is a benefit. So we've seen the only thing that's really different in the box. So the first real difference comes in the display department. So on the Pro, we have a 5.8-inch, newly named Super Retina XDR OLED display panel, 2436 by 1125, and a PPI density of 458. Whereas on the standard iPhone 11, we have a larger 6.1-inch Liquid Retina LCD display, 1792 by 828, and a PPI density of 326. As stated, the Pro Max is basically the same as the Pro, but just a 6.5-inch, it's just a larger display. Just turn the torch on. Whoops. Not sure how long that's been on there. Hopefully I've not been blinding you during this. We'll find out in the edit. So yes, the display is better on the Pro. You can see the difference when you've got the two phones side by side. It's brighter, it's more vibrant, it's punchy, it has better contrast with brighter whites and deep dark inky blacks due to the OLED technology compared to the LCD technology. So it is going to be better for gaming, it's going to be better for watching movies, but the standard iPhone 11's LCD display is not by any means a bad display. And I personally don't think that the general everyday consumer would pick one of these up and know or really care what display it had. The build quality is also better on the Pro and Pro Max to the standard 11. We've got glass and stainless steel on the Pro and glass and aluminium on the standard. Both feel really premium in the hand, and the standard 11 doesn't feel cheap by any means, but of course the Pro's stainless steel will be more robust. And in terms of weight, they stay true to size, the lightest being the Pro, in the middle the standard, and the heaviest the Pro Max. The next difference is in the camera department. On the Pro and Pro Max we have the triple camera array, consisting of a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, a 12 megapixel wide angle lens, and a 12 megapixel telephoto lens. And the main difference is the fact that, of course, on the standard iPhone 11, we just have the 2 lenses as opposed to the 3. And the lens that drops out, surprisingly for me actually, is the telephoto lens. So we still get the standard primary lens, we still get the really impressive and important, for me personally, ultra wide angle lens. We just miss out on the 2x optical zoom. And for me, that's not a biggie.
It was all a dream.
I don't really use optical zoom that much, but of course you might. Now, battery life is an interesting one because, of course, we have, again true to size, larger battery cells as we go through the ranks, the Pro being the smallest, the standard iPhone 11 being second, and the Pro Max being the largest cell. But you've also got to take into account the larger displays and the OLED versus LCD debate as well. Of course, OLED displays tend to be better for battery optimization due to the pixels being able to shut off if indeed there is a black part of the image, whereas LCD displays are always on. But in my experience over the last 48 hours or so, they've all been pretty similar, but the Pro Max is definitely the lead runner for me. And if you're wondering how they fare to last year's models, I can honestly say it is a welcome upgrade, performing much better than last year's variety. Storage options are a little bit different. Both start from 64 gigabytes, and then 128 and 256 completes the set for the standard iPhone 11, whereas the Pro and Pro Max jump to 256 from 64, and then 512 being the highest. So there is no 128 gigabytes on the Pro and Pro Max. Might be a deal breaker for you. You might want more than 64, but you might not want ridiculous amounts of storage costing an arm and a leg. Both are IP68 water and dust resistant, but apparently with the Pro you can submerge it by about 4 meters for up to 30 minutes. And with the standard 11, you can only do it to 2 meters at 30 minutes. So I'm guessing it depends how big your swimming pool is, if we're going to be bragging about swimming pools. I haven't got one, and I really want one. Colors are always a big thing for some people as well, and you get more choice with the standard iPhone 11. I think there's 5 different colors, whereas you only get 4 on the Pro and Pro Max. But in my opinion, the 2 best colors this year are the Space Gray and the Midnight Green, and they only come on the Pro and Pro Max. And also the standard iPhone 11s have kind of a glossy look to them, whereas the Pro and Pro Max have a frosted matte finish to them, which I personally prefer as well. So in terms of colors, I would have to give it to the Pro and Pro Max. Again, you may differ, and the product red is probably my favorite pick of the standard iPhone 11s. So that's most of the stuff that's different, which of course means that there's so much that's the same, making the standard iPhone 11 such great value for money in comparison. The same brand new A13 Bionic chip, providing excellent performance, 20% faster speeds and up to 15% better power efficiency from last year's A12 Bionic chip. The same 4K video capture at 60 frames a second, both on the rear camera and on the front camera, making both of these great devices for those vloggers out there. Not only do you have that really crisp 4K resolution, but having 60 frames a second now on both means you can of course slow footage down and it still appear to be nice and smooth as well. The same iOS 13 software, providing new nifty features such as dark mode, for example. The same lightning port, the same Face ID, both have stereo speakers as well, and I might add, they both sound fantastic. And that kind of leads me to my overall first 48-hour review. They are both pretty great phones. There are key differences between the two, and some of those might be kind of make or break deal breakers for you personally. But with the standard iPhone 11 starting from around £700 with all that it packs, and comparing it to the £1,000 plus Pro and Pro Max, it's hard to see how this is not going to be Apple's overall winner this year. Yes, if you have the cash to flash, the Pro is a better phone. But for the everyday person, I would always recommend the standard 11. That way you can bank the remaining £300–400 that you've saved from not buying the Pro model, or of course you can delve into the Apple Store again and pick yourself up a brand new Apple Watch Series 5. review on that coming very soon as well. And if you want to see that, lovely little segue into the next video. If you want to see that video, of course, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. You turn on the notification bell so that when I post those videos, you are notified. It would also be wicked if you could drop a like on the video if you indeed found it helpful. And also, if you are looking to buy an iPhone this year, let me know in the comment section below which model you're going to go for and in which color as well. I'm interested to see how the new colors sort of work themselves out over the course of the year. I love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one.
Y'all see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down.